All right, let's take a trip back in time. We're going back 800 years to check out this incredible architectural marvel, one that really tells the story of an entire empire's vision and artistry. We're talking, of course, about the Malatya Grand Mosque. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? It really gets at the heart of what this place is. It's so much more than just a building, right? It's this monumental presence that's been silently watching centuries just roll by. So today we're going to pull its story right out from those dusty old pages of history. So let's get right into it. Every great structure has an origin story, and this one, well, it all started with a big idea, a grand vision from a really powerful ruler. Okay, picture this. The year is 1224. We are right at the peak of the Seljuk Sultanate. I mean, this was a time of just incredible cultural and architectural explosions all across Anatolia. And it's right here, in this exact year, that the very first stones of this massive project are put into place. And the order for this, it came straight from the top. We're talking about the Seljuk Sultan himself, Alaaddin Keykubad. And listen, he wasn't just looking to build another place of worship. No way. He envisioned a statement piece, a building that would be a symbol of everything his empire stood for, its power, its faith, and its deep artistic soul. Okay, and this is where things get really interesting, where the mosque becomes truly revolutionary. Because its genius, it isn't just about how big it is. It's all in the blueprint. It was this incredibly bold fusion of two totally different, powerful architectural traditions. So, for the very first time ever in Anatolia, the architects did something amazing. They took the grand vaulted eyvan hall, which is a total hallmark of Iranian design, and they smashed it together with the super rugged, masterful stonemasonry that the local Anatolian craftsmen were famous for. I mean, think about that. It's this beautiful marriage of two worlds, a huge statement about a culture putting down new roots, blending its old heritage with the brand new identity of its homeland. So you have this grand vision, but how do you actually build it? A project this big needed some serious talent. It needed master builders, true craftsmen who could take this ambitious idea and literally carve it into reality. And for the longest time, their names were kind of lost to history. But we know them now. You have Yaqub bin Ebubakir, a local from Malatya, and Master Histriv el-Bina. These were the guys. These were the architects, the brilliant minds and hands that brought this whole thing to life. I mean, just try to picture it. You're under that scorching hot Malatan sun, and these masters and their teams, they're carving these absolutely massive blocks of stone. They're laying bricks with such incredible precision, it's almost like they're creating a delicate piece of embroidery, not just putting up walls. You see, this wasn't just construction. It was so much deeper. This was an act of devotion. Every single piece, every brick, every carved stone was placed with a purpose, almost like a seal, proclaiming this profound spiritual message. But, for all the amazing work on the ground, the true soul of this mosque, the part that really, literally leaves visitors breathless, it's not at eye level. It's what happens when you look up. So, let's do that right now. Just imagine you're standing inside the main eyvan. You lift your eyes, you look past the stone walls, past all that intricate brickwork, all the way up towards the dome. What do you see? What you see is, well, it's a celestial wonder. The dome is just covered in this exquisite calligraphy by an artist named Ahmet bin Yaqub. It's a dazzling mosaic of these deep eggplant purple and brilliant turquoise tiles. And woven right into the design, you can see the name of the Prophet Muhammad and verses from the Surah Al-Fath, which means the victory. People have called it a reflection of the sky on earth. And when you see it, you totally get why. The way the tiles shimmer, it creates this incredible illusion, like you're looking at a celestial canopy, but you're right there inside the mosque. And the incredible thing is the color, the vibrancy of it all. I mean, even after 800 years, the colors are just so vivid. Each tile almost feels alive, It gives this ancient building a fresh breath of life, almost like it just popped out of the kiln yesterday. So, what does all this mean for us today? As we start to wrap up our journey here, let's take a second to think about what this magnificent structure really represents all these centuries later. See, this mosque is so much more than just a historical site. It's a survivor. It literally carries the weight, the fatigue of centuries on its shoulders. And in every single brick, every single tile, it holds onto and preserves the artistic and spiritual soul of the entire Seljuk civilization. And the best part? This isn't some relic locked away in a museum. It's a living, breathing piece of history. You can actually go visit this masterpiece today. It's in the Battle Ghazi district of Malatya, and you can stand in the very same space we've been talking about. Which kind of leaves us with one last thought to chew on. If these 800-year-old bricks could talk, if these walls and tiles that have seen so much could actually speak, just imagine the stories they would tell. Stories of faith, of incredible art, and of the empire they've come to represent.